Hi, I'm Cristina Smith, creator, along with my brother, puzzle master Rick Smith, of the award-winning, best-selling Yoga for the Brain series of profound philosophy and fun puzzle books. We are celebrating the release of our fifth book in the Yoga for the Brain series, Inspired Wisdom Word Search Yoga for the Brain, by interviewing some of the amazing 60 authors who contributed. Today we have with us Dr. Jayne Sams, who is the author of puzzle number 16, It's Your Choice. Welcome, Jayne. Please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am a retired educator. I spent 34 years in the field, 20 years as a classroom teacher and 14 years as an administrator, both as principal and district office. And I loved my career, and I am now happily retired and enjoying that as well. I do a lot of traveling now around the world or across the United States, and I split my time between our home in Mexico and one in San Diego. So life is pretty good for me right now.
That's wonderful. So you've made some choices in your life.
I have some good ones and some I've learned from.
So as an educator, I think that you really bring up a good point about how choice is so important in our lives. Could you talk a little bit about that?
You know, we make choices all day, every day. Whether we realize it or not, we do it all the time. And most of the choices that we make during the day are pretty mundane, pretty simple. I talk in the book about, what kind of toast you're going to have for breakfast. It could be going to Baskin Robbins and picking out an ice cream flavor. They really don't shake the world, or they don't really shake your lives too much. But there are some choices that we make that are profound. And what I'm advocating is that we make those choices in a mindful way, that we really think about what we're choosing. And let's pick an example. Let's say that your friend calls you and is distraught over some situation that's happened with an argument with her husband. And you have a choice now of how to react to your friend's call. I see that you have maybe three choices. You can offer her suggestion about how she might fix the situation. In that case, your suggestion might be wonderful, but maybe not requested. And maybe she doesn't appreciate the help. You have another choice. You could say, oh yeah, he's always been a hothead. Now she may think, gee, she's never really liked my husband. And now you've maybe driven a wedge between your friend and yourself. Or you could choose to say, that sounds really tough. And you sound so upset. Now you've left the door open and your friend can respond in a variety of ways and all very positive. So how we choose to respond to other people, how we choose to respond to our own problems can be very profound and can be quite sophisticated. And being mindful about making the choices that we make makes life interesting. And it also makes our time perhaps nicer, easier, sweeter, because we might make a choice that in the long run serves us and those around us better.
And you also talk about not getting upset by other people's choices, like somebody who cuts you off on the freeway. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Well, I use that as an example because in San Diego, just like in LA or Chicago or New York City, we have traffic. And so getting cut off on the highway or the freeway is a day-to-day occurrence. And how we choose to respond to that can make or break our drive home. And if we choose to be angry and upset and lay on the horn and call the guy every name you can think of, you end up being more upset at the end of that interlude than you were the moment he cut you off or she cut you off. We won't be sexist. But if you choose to say, golly, that guy's in a big hurry, and let it go, now our choice releases him or her of their action, and it releases us of anger or frustration that we might be feeling. So there again, it's a choice of a reaction to somebody as opposed to choosing to get involved with them and just react in in a hateful way as a result of their inconsideration.
I love how you said you let them go by like a cloud in the sky. That was such a brilliant line. So Jayne, what kind of puzzles do you like?
Well, I'm a crossword puzzle girl.
Ooh,
I just finished and threw away an omnibus of 200 New York um, um, puzzles. It was one of those
wow.
big books, you do a puzzle a day. I just finished the last one while I was in my house in Mexico and pitched the book. I'm ready for a new book now. So
Wow.
I started doing those because as I celebrated more and more birthdays, I realized that my mind was getting kind of mushy, and I didn't want to be mushy. I wanted to be a little more astute. So I decided that perhaps the words doing crossword puzzles would help me to maintain a little gray matter. And I play Spider Solitaire,
Well, that's fun.
and I like that one with the four suits. It's hard to win, but then when you do win, you just feel so proud of yourself. You just woohoo all over the self. So that's the other kind of puzzle that I like to do.
That's wonderful. Well, you can read Jayne's puzzle and 59 other fabulous puzzles and inspired wisdom word search yoga for the brain. And you can pick up your copy at bookstores everywhere, at target.com, amazon.com, barnesandnoble.com. So go forth, have fun, and play.
Absolutely.
Bye.
Bye bye.